It's not the money you lack that imprisons you. It's the life you dare not change. Kierkegaard and Daniel Kahneman. Your prison has no bars. It has familiarity. It has the chilling comfort of what you already know, even if it destroys you. Have you ever wondered why your financial life is an eternal loop? Debts that vanish but return. Opportunities that arise, but you freeze. The promise of change that never materializes. You find yourself trapped, unable to move forward, unable to even budge. It's the status quo bias. It's not a rational choice. It's a primitive trap. The fear of the unknown paralyzing every nerve, every decision, every penny. Daniel Kahneman showed us, our mind is lazy. It prefers inertia to uncertainty, even if uncertainty brings freedom, even if inertia brings chaos. Think about your investments, that dormant account, the bill you ignore, the job that kills you inside, the simple act of canceling a useless subscription. Why don't you act? Why don't you break free? Because the illusion of security in what exists is stronger than the real promise of a life without chains. Your financial status quo is not stable. It's a swamp slowly swallowing you. And every day of inaction is another step deeper. Your money isn't stagnant. Your courage is. You were conditioned to fear rupture, to fear the void of the new, to confuse security with silent servitude. This video won't give you tips. It will confront you. It will tear down the veil of your financial inertia. Are you ready to feel the discomfort of truth? To break the cycle that binds you? You breathe the fear of change. It wasn't born with you. It was inoculated. Generation after generation, they programmed you. Your parents, with the security of a fixed salary. The media, selling the false peace of sameness. Society with the unspoken rule, don't risk, don't dare, just fit in. Thus, the financial system molded you. Since childhood, remember that phrase, save for the future. But no one taught you how to invest. Inertia became a virtue, indebtedness, a rite of passage. You watched your parents pay bills, the exhausting routine, and internalized. This is how it works. This is your inheritance, not an asset but a prison of thought. The fear of losing more than of gaining. The loss aversion bias masterfully dissected by Kahneman. It imprisons us, prevents you from selling what doesn't serve you, from abandoning what suffocates you, from investing in yourself. Every penny spent in conformity is another brick in your wall. The system doesn't want your freedom. It wants your obedience, your predictability, your ability to keep paying, without questioning, without lifting a finger. Your inertia is the silent engine of the financial machine. You were conditioned to hate disruption, to love the familiar, even if the familiar is your ruin. And with every overdraft, every installment, you reinforce the belief, I can't change, I can't. This is the programming, deep, dark, that keeps your money and your soul captive. Generational debt, it's not on paper, it's in your mind, your wallet. It's not just an object, it's a distorted mirror. It reflects the shadow that Carl Jung unveiled. What you deny, what you hide, your fear of scarcity, your shame of debt, your guilt of having or of not having. All of this manifests in your unhealthy attachment to the status quo. You don't change because change would demand seeing yourself, naked, without the social masks of consumption, without the security of your mediocre routine. The archetype of the inert consumer. He flaunts what he doesn't have. To hide the insecurity that corrodes him, he goes into debt to maintain an image, to not be the failure, to not disappoint others' expectations. He represses his true desires, because the fear of failing when trying something new is more paralyzing than failure itself. This is your financial shadow, the invisible cost of your inaction, your identity fragments. One part of you screams for freedom, for adventure, for calculated risk. Another part, the shadow, pulls you towards the familiar, towards the safe, towards self-destructive repetition. Your account isn't just in the red. Your psyche is bleeding. Your soul cries out for a rupture. But fear holds you hostage. Hostage to a job that drains your life. Hostage to a credit card that shackles you. hostage to a comfort zone that is in fact a coffin. Inertia is not peace. It's the sound of your authentic self disintegrating, silently, painfully. You hide from the truth your bank statement screams, the truth your financial anxiety whispers. Inaction is your greatest enemy, because it allows the shadow to continue dictating its rules. It allows unaddressed trauma to repeat infinitely. How long will you live under the tyranny of the familiar? How long will you allow what has always been to continue to define what always will be? Your card isn't in the red. Your psyche is. You seek to fill the void. That's the uncomfortable truth. The pain of not changing. The anguish of not being. And the system offers you the golden pill. Consumption, instant dopamine, the fleeting sparkle of a new possession, the ephemeral feeling that now finally it's complete. This is false freedom, the freedom to buy, but not the freedom to be. Gabor Mate warned us, unresolved trauma seeks relief. In addiction, in compulsion, in unrestrained consumption. Your debt isn't just a number. It's the scar of an emotional wound. It's proof that you tried to buy what only internal rupture can provide. The market is a predator. It senses your pain. It senses your fear of change, and sells you the perfect solution. More of the same. More consumption. More inertia. More attachments. Transforming your search for relief into a web of bills, into yet another invisible shackle. You obey. You obey spending patterns. You obey the narrative that happiness is just a click away. You buy the new car, the trendy clothes, the unforgettable experience. But the void is still there, intact. And the fear of changing course only deepens, because if you stop buying, you'll have to face the abyss of your own identity, stripped of possessions, stripped of labels, incise critique. You are not choosing, you are reacting. Your wallet is a map of your wounds, your consumption, a silent cry for something deeper. Emotional capitalism thrives on your inertia, on your refusal to break the status quo. It sells you escape, but never true liberation. Do you feel it? The urgency, the inner scream. It's your consciousness awakening. It calls you to rupture, not with the market, but with the version of yourself that the market created. The fear of change. It is real, but it's not invincible. Daniel Kahneman called it the framing effect. You see the loss of change, but not the monumental gain of being free. It's time to reframe your own life. There is no magic formula. There are no shallow tips. There is only presence. The pain you avoided. It is the key. Your debt is a brutal teacher. Your impulsive spending, a map to your original wound. Money is not the problem, it's the symptom. A visceral reflection of who you are, or who you allowed yourself to become. Viktor Frankl taught us, suffering gains meaning when we face it. Your financial crisis is not a curse, it's an invitation to find a greater purpose, beyond consumption, beyond inertia. Reconstruction begins in brutal honesty. Look at your statement, not as a judge, but as an observer. Where is your fear? Where is your void? Where is the voice of your past imprisoning you? Jordan Peterson would speak of the need for order. Order in the chaos of your financial life. But this order doesn't come from outside. It comes from your decision to face the internal disorder, to take responsibility for your freedom, for your authenticity. Money can be an instrument of freedom, not of pain, not of trauma. But for that, you need to deprogram the status quo bias. You need to dare to change, dare to break the chain of familiarity, dare to step into the void of the new. Don't seek wealth, seek truth. Wealth will be a consequence, freedom, an inevitability. Authentic financial identity is born from action, not from inertia, from conscious choice, not from invisible programming. If this financial pain has visited you, comment below. You've been on the edge of the abyss, where familiarity is your sentence, and change, your only relief. Inertia is not protection. It's the slow death of your freedom. Your soul screams for a new beginning. Your money for a new direction. The choice is yours. Continue digging the grave of the status quo, or break the chains of your own mind. There's no turning back. Once you see the truth behind your fear of change, there's no going back to sleep. The false security crumbles. The veil of illusion falls. And what remains is the raw reality of your responsibility. For your life, for your money, for your freedom stolen by inaction. Morgan Housel, in his Psychology of Money, would say, "Emotions dictate more than logic. It's time to confront the emotion that traps you, the fear of change, and replace it with the fury of being free. Feel the weight of what you've carried, the baggage of inertia, the cost of every 'I'll get to it later.' Now break free. Let the breaking of this pattern resonate. A brutal truth, a new mantra. Do not accept the familiar that destroys you. Money knows more about you than you do. If something awakened in you, comment, 'I see beyond my spending.' Leave in the comments, 'Financial programming ends with me.' Share this video with anyone still living on consumption autopilot. Subscribe if you want to keep breaking financial cycles with me.